Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Trey, and let's talk about the Flash trailer because you already know I saw it, and I'm quite sure you guys want my thoughts on the trailer. And did I get excited from it? While I agree the trailer is kind of epic for like a normie kind of thing, like, oh, we get the usual explosions, we get the usual character reveals that we already knew that was going to happen or whatever. But other than that, it doesn't get me hyped to watch it. There's just so much wrong with that trailer, and it's not even fucking funny, honestly. But let me get one thing out the way, because I know some people are going to be like, "Oh my god, that was like the most hype thing ever" or whatever. Michael Keaton's return as Batman, I don't care. I think Michael Keaton is too old to be playing Batman. Now, if he was playing Bruce Wayne for a Batman Beyond movie, that would make logical sense. But him coming back as Batman over Jeffrey Dean Morgan playing Thomas Wayne Batman like it originally was going to be, I think it's completely stupid. And they should have put white lenses over Michael Keaton's eyes, because the cowl that's on his face or whatever, I think he might have a lazy right eye or whatever, and it looks awkward when I'm looking at the scenes. I'm just like, just put his ass, put white lenses over his eyes, so that way you don't have to worry about that distraction, because it's very noticeable for me. I don't really get excited. If I really want to see Michael Keaton as Batman, I can watch Batman 89 and Batman Forever. I'm sorry, it's the truth. I'm not one of those people that get hyped just because they brought him back. He really wasn't my favorite Batman anyway, and honestly, all the actors up until Ben Affleck haven't really given me a live action depiction of Batman that I even wanted. Yeah, I love Adam West too, but if they had brought him back as Batman, I would have been like, oh hell no. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not about to sit up here and get hyped just because they brought Michael Keaton back. And that's kind of the crazy thing, is they're using Batman to push this movie, to elevate this movie, and I just think it's kind of dumb. And you can tell it's halfway based off of Kingdom Comes, Bruce Wayne, how he was kind of old and decrepit, but still being Batman at the same time, because his suit kind of has like those movements of Batman, Kingdom Come style. I would, like I said, I would have preferred Jeffrey Dean Morgan as an alternate version of Thomas Wayne. That would have been better, but I know that's not the decision that they wanted to go with. So I'm just going to tell you, no, the Michael Keaton thing as Batman is stupid. And honestly, the last time we saw his Batman was in Batman and Robin. So honestly, it would make more logical sense to bring in George Clooney, Chris O'Donnell, Alicia Silverstone. That would have been more interesting. Like, what could have happened is you could have had old Bruce Wayne, George Clooney kind of still doing a little bit of the Batman thing, maybe. Chris O'Donnell will be Nightwing. Alicia Silverstone will be Oracle. And then maybe you can hint if you really wanted a different kind of character, or a female character or whatever, what I would have did is I would have introduced Night Star. That probably would have been more better, where even though Alicia Silverstone's Batgirl and Chris O'Donnell's Robin liked each other after they didn't get together or whatever, they didn't get together, but then he met Starfire, but she kind of died early on, and then you transition the fact like, hey, we have a superpower character, but she's kind of been hidden away or whatever, because Nightwing, the Bat family kind of was like, hey, we need to make sure that nothing happens to her or whatever, because they're in this new universe or whatever, and that could have been something. That would have been more interesting than this Subject 1 thing. And then she could have helped them get Subject 2 out, which is that fake Supergirl thing. But it should have been Subject 1, which should have been a scrawny Henry Cavill Superman kind of thing or whatever. Or at least get someone close that looks like Henry Cavill, and he can be scrawny Subject, and he can be Subject 1. That would have made more logical sense than anything, because people have to remember that, like it or not, Batman Forever and Batman and Robin are actually the sequels to Batman 89 and Batman Returns. So no matter how much y'all don't want to admit it, or whatever, those are the sequels to those movies. But I already know George Clooney wouldn't have returned because I think we were so mean to him or whatever. The same thing with probably Chris O'Donnell and Alicia Silverstone. But it would have probably made way more logical sense then to go with Michael Keaton, Batman, because he had, like I said, he had an opportunity to come back for Batman Forever, and he decided not to neither. So it's just kind of one of those, but then I heard that rumors of Christian Bale is supposed to be coming back as well, so that could be that'll be something. But honestly, the only Batman I care about is Ben Affleck's Batman, because like I said, he's been the Batman that, like, wow, when I see Batman, I'm like, oh my god, I believe him as Batman. You know what I'm saying? Like, finally a comic book version of Batman being on the big screen. You know what I'm saying? And it just kind of sucks that Ben Affleck never gets will never get a chance to hit his full potential and his strive. He'll never be able to get a full solo movie at all. Like, I would love to see a trilogy with Ben Affleck as Batman. Like let's say, for instance, the Flash movie does really well and they decide to greenlight Ben Affleck stuff. I would be like, go ahead and film all 3 movies back to back. Yeah, in a course time, so that way when the 3rd movie come, Ben Affleck can hang up the cowl. But we had 3 good movies with him in there. That would be wonderful, but I already know they're not going to do that. But anyway, on to the trailer. What this movie did show me is Barry Allen is the worst Flash ever. He's terrible. And I know some people are like, what are you talking about, Trey? He's like amazing. No, he's a terrible ass Flash. He's probably the worst Flash out of all the Flashes we've had. And the reason why I'm saying that is because of the fact that there's a line where he talks to Bruce Wayne about going back in time, saving his mom, and Bruce was warning him like, no, you shouldn't tamper with time. You can break things, you can change things, or whatever. And Barry Allen, like a hard-headed bastard, still goes and do it anyway. That's not a hero. That's not the original Barry Allen at all. You know what I'm saying? Barry Allen did something selfish, and that's not Barry Allen. That's why I never agreed with the Flashpoint storyline anyway, or even when Jeff Johns did his rebirth thing, because it just took away from the other Flashes who, especially Wally West, who was living up to the mantle of Flash, who earned that right to be the permanent Flash. And here come Barry Allen ass, after he done lived his life, after he done sacrificed himself or whatever. They're like, oh no, we need to bring Barry Allen back, but then we're gonna make his origins a little bit darker, and we're also gonna have it where, you know, he's upset about everything that's happening with Reverse Flash and with his mom and how his dad went to jail or whatever, and it's just kind of terrible. And people have to understand, like, Barry Allen is such a stoic kind of character. Yeah, he's hopeful but stoic, but what Barry Allen did was extremely selfish, going back in the past to save his mom, creating a ripple effect that destroyed the DC characters. He ruined these people's lives just to save his mom's life. That is terrible. And even when he quote unquote went back and fixed it, we got the New 52 out of it, and the removal of a lot of characters, their families, their children, their wants, their desires, their dreams. Like, you can't convince me that Barry Allen is a good Flash. And then not even that, this is all they keep doing with Barry Allen too. Because remember, we have a TV show of 10 years, you know, with Grant Gustin, another Barry Allen who just keeps fucking up with going back in the past and screwing up with time. All the time. There's always some kind of moment where there's some kind of time traveling where everything gets fucked up because Barry Allen done decided he want to go back in time to go and try to save something or stop something. But my thing is, that is not a hero thing to do. That's not a heroic thing to do. You know what I'm saying? You can't change the past. That's what I thought that was like the whole lesson. But then not even that. DC and Warner Brothers keep going back to it. We already have the Flashpoint paradox, right? We already have Flashpoint. We have the world of Flashpoint storylines, and we also have Flashpoint Beyond. We have the Button. We have a few other Flashpoint storyline-esque of Flash going back and changing things around, even to the point where he drove his nephew kind of insane when he found out that the reason why nobody remembers him or whatever is because Barry Allen went back in the past to save his mom, created a timeline that where he never existed or anything, then kind of sort of fixed it, but removed certain things out of the universe. That is terrible to do that to your family. And my thing is, DC always tries to excuse Barry Allen's actions, but then try to put a lot of blame on Wally West. Like, that is so weird. Wally West didn't do anything. Y'all the ones who forced all this nonsense on Wally West. But Barry Allen is okay. He's okay to fuck up and do terrible things. No, that doesn't make no damn logical sense. I'm sorry, that's not how this shit works. He fucked up. And he's fucking up again. And then another thing that I noticed with the trailer is that it's a fucking redux of Man of Steel. That's what the hell this shit is. It is literally Flashpoint with a little bit of Man of Steel. And what's going to happen is they're going to use that ugly ass Supergirl. Oh, let me get into Supergirl. Supergirl ugly ass Kara subject to the Latina Supergirl that makes absolutely no damn logical sense when Kara is already in the DCEU. There is literally a prequel comic book from Man of Steel that shows that Kara is around, and she would have appeared in the canceled Man of Steel 2 movie. You know what I'm saying? Zach even said that she's in the universe, and and she was going to appear soon. Well, that was before, the studio said, nah, fuck this shit, right? And then my thing is, somebody was trying to justify, well, it's an alternate universe. Okay, it might be an alternate universe, but Bruce Wayne is still white. General Zod is still General Zod from the previous universe. There's 2 Barry Allens. So why is there a Supergirl instead of an alternate version of Kal-El? And then why is this Supergirl Latina if she's supposed to be the cousin of Superman? You get what I'm saying? It doesn't make logical sense because Superman is supposed to be is a basically American hero. He's basically a white passing alien. Kara Zor-El is supposed to be a white passing alien with blonde hair, blue eyes. And then some people are like, oh, Laura Lane Kent. You mean the imaginary daughter that wasn't even real, that didn't even have a storyline in Injustice? Are you guys kidding me right now? You're using a character that never existed. That was something that Superman dreamed up if he saved Lois. That he imagined that him and Lois would have had a daughter. But that was it. She had no major storylines. She didn't do anything in Injustice. She didn't do anything in the comic books. So to even try to even use her as an example is stupid as hell. No, you're not going to use a character that is literally an imaginary what-if scenario character. At least if you were going to go the route of the character that you're trying to base it off of, she could have probably been Sorella, who was a girl who was imbued with by Brainiac, who was imbued with DNA of Lois and Clark, and she was led to believe that she was their daughter from a future alternate future timeline, and her name was Mia Kent, I believe, and she kind of had like a different kind of power sets or whatever. But at least if you wanted somebody to believe a Latina girl or whatever, you could have easily kind of changed Sorella's storyline a little bit or whatever, and try to fit that in there. But honestly, Sasha Calle is ugly. I don't care what nobody say. People trying to get mad talking about, oh, she's not ugly, she's beautiful. You tripping? You must haven't seen a beautiful girl. I have, and I've seen every adaptation of Supergirl as well. Helen Slater, Laura Vanderpool, Melissa Benoist, gorgeous, drop dead gorgeous women playing Supergirl, and they have amazing jawlines. Sasha ain't got the damn jawline. She ain't, and she doesn't have the face structure for it neither. And then they put her in some pajama suit. Are you goddamn kidding me? That's like the worst suit I've ever seen. At least if you were going to give her a suit, at least make it feminine. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all didn't even try to make it feminine. Like, show off the fact that she's a female. Don't nobody wants to see a covered up Supergirl. They don't. Cause trust me, season 6, no, I think season 5 and all the way up until the end of Supergirl, season 6, I believe. They changed Supergirl's suit and they put her in pants. And when I tell you the ratings dropped, no, seriously, the ratings dropped because people were like, no, that's not Supergirl. And even people were criticizing, like, why the hell is she wearing pants? Supergirl don't wear pants. Most Supergirls do not wear pants at all. I'm sorry. There's certain characters for certain things. I understand some people are like, oh, sexualizing whatever or whatnot. But Supergirl been wearing a skirt since the 1940s, when it really wasn't even okay for girls to even be wearing short skirts at the time. So please, like, at least dress her up in her iconic look. Stop talking about, oh, the weather's cold, or it's over sexualizing. You mean in a franchise that's mainly target audience is males? Why wouldn't I want to see a beautiful woman in a beautiful outfit that shows off the fact that she's a female? Hello, come on now, y'all talk stupid at this point. It's just dumb. But you can see towards the end of the movie, trailer, that it's literally a redux of Man of Steel, and I bet you what's going to happen is Sasha Calle's Supergirl is going to be better than Henry Cavill Superman. She's going to do less destruction and everything. She's going to have she's going to know how to use her powers immediately. She ain't going to have to struggle like Henry Cavill Superman is. She's going to be better in every way than him. And it just kind of sucks to see that, but that's what they want to do. That's the thing that they want to do. They want to try to make her look better than Henry Cavill, which is kind of dumb. But the fact that, and then of course they're hiding the fact that the Dark Flash is the villain of the story. But another thing that people need to understand too is that this is Flash's first solo movie, right? Now, if my first solo movie is coming out, right? Why the hell is the first damn solo movie for the Flash going straight to Flashpoint? And honestly, that's all y'all seem to be able to can do with Barry Allen, is some goddamn time traveling multiverse bullshit stuff. Notice how you don't really do that with Wally West like that. But when it comes to Barry Allen, y'all always got to go back in time. You always got to go to another multiverse because Barry fucked up some kind of way, and y'all never really give him any consequences for those actions. It's always somebody else's fault. You know what I mean? Or it really wasn't his doing. No, you need to realize that what Barry Allen is doing is awful. It is crazy that y'all think that this is okay of what Barry Allen is doing. And on top of that, we have a CW show where he constantly keeps doing the same damn mistake, where he goes back in the past and fuck up. We literally had almost 3 seasons of that bullshit, and y'all still doing the same thing. Y'all need to let this damn Flashpoint story, y'all need to let Flashpoint go. Honestly. At this point, like I suggested before, kill fucking Barry Allen off in the comic books. Him and Iris West, they have their kids. There's a major crisis that happens, and kill Barry Allen off. Honestly, he should have stayed dead after he sacrificed himself in Crisis on Infinite Earths. You know what I'm saying? Have an event where Flash realized that, oh shit, I shouldn't be here anymore. And then Iris was like, what do you mean? It means that when Crisis on Infinite Earth happened, I should have stayed dead, and I've been keeping myself, I've been realizing that I've been purposely keeping myself alive when I know I should be gone by now. and that's why all these bad things are coming. Kind of like all this multiverse bullshit happening. Why the universe be breaking apart sometimes? Why the multiverse be messing up is because Barry Allen is alive, and in order to stop a lot of these cracks, in order to stop all of these events that keep happening in the DC universe, whether it's live action, television, or whatever, Barry Allen must die. And I think that really needs to happen for DC. DC need to permanently retire Barry Allen. And I know some people are like, oh my God, that's crazy. But no, he really does. I think the trailer is okay for normies. I think people are excited because Michael Keaton, like I said, I'm not excited about Michael Keaton. I remember everything that Ezra Miller did, so I'm not going to sit up here and be like, oh my God, Ezra Miller. I mean, not Ezra Miller, but oh my God, the Flash trailer movie, oh my God, it was really cool. No, I still remember what the hell you did. I'm not gonna forget that fact that DC got rid of Henry Cavill, Johnny Depp, Ben Affleck, Zack Snyder, but kept Ezra and Amber Heard. And people are like, what are you talking about? Ben Affleck is in the movie. Yeah, he was always originally in that Flash movie, though. You know what I'm saying? But after this, that's it for Ben Affleck, and we're not going to see him again. You know what I'm saying? Because we should have got solo movies with Batman, with Ben Affleck Batman. We should have got solo movies with Henry Cavill in there, and we're not. And then for James Gunn and Peter Safran to praise this damn movie, talking about it's going to be one of the best superhero movies of all time. Are you guys kidding me right now? When you stand for nothing, you stand for anything, because y'all really about to sit up here and have FOMO, fear of missing out, on a movie with a studio who barely gives their fans what they want, talk about how terrible their fans are, and yet some of y'all are just like, oh, just shut up and enjoy it. Why should I? They haven't earned my right. Like, I gave them 10 years of my life, and I wasn't rewarded. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to see the plot threads that Zach had for the team. I wanted to see Man of Steel 2. I wanted to see several Batman solo movies with Ben Affleck in it. I wanted to see a proper solo Flash movie. I wanted to see a proper Green Lantern solo movie. And I wanted to see Justice League 2 and 3. And I wanted to see Darkseid War. That's what I wanted to see. And then for y'all to say that it's a dead end. But let's use Barry Allen's first. Let's use Flash's first ever live action movie, and let's do a soft reboot. It's not even about to be a full reboot. It's about to be a soft reboot. A soft reboot? Are you fucking kidding me right now? Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. If you're not even gonna reboot the whole thing, don't do it at all. Don't do it at all. Then that's how I feel. If you're not even going to reboot fully, don't reboot at all. Because trust me, DC, because DC, you think that they can do the same shit that the comic books did. I'm telling you, that is easier way for the audience to walk away from this shit. I'm telling you, y'all might think that, oh, we gonna get this fast money right quick. But I'm telling you, when you reboot and restart stuff for the franchise, for a film franchise or movie franchise, it tends to not do good the second time around. And that's real talk. How many film franchises have we seen do a reboot and doesn't do well? You know what I'm saying? Ask Halloween how that worked out for them. The first one was spot on, and then the second and third one, everybody was disappointed by. Come on now. Okay. All right. If you think that you can reboot your continuity for your movies and ask people to still support you, you got another thing coming. Like I said, the trailer was decent, but Ezra Miller is definitely miscast. I think his Flash suit looks really good. I will give credit for that one. Supergirl, fucking butt ugly. Butt ugly makes me want to throw up every time I look at her ugly ass. Her ass is fucking ugly. I mean, her suit's ugly. She's ugly. The hair they gave her, the haircut they gave her is ugly. It's just like, my God. It's like y'all forgot what a fucking woman is. Michael Keaton, not really all that hyped and excited about. Ben Affleck, I am so glad that Ben Affleck is there. I hope they have a poster for him, and I hope they have like merchandise or collectible stuff for him, because I will definitely get stuff like that. But other than that, and Michael Shannon back as General Zod, it'll be great. But I'd rather have seen a rematch between him and Henry Cavill Superman, more so than fake diversity Supergirl that nobody asked for. But yeah, the Super Bowl trailer for The Flash came out, and I think it was okay. Does it get me excited? Hell no. Hell no. I honestly, at this point, as sad as it is to say, I'm rooting for the downfall of WB. At this point, I hope you fail. I really do. But yeah, those are my thoughts. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.